I'm Rachel Plant, and I am here to tell you about some changes that are going to be happening in the very near future to the Learning Freedom channel. And the first of those changes is a name change. We're going to be changing up the name, but more about that in a moment. I just want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Liezl Smith. Do you want to talk a little bit about yourself, Liezl?
Hi, Rachel. Thank you very much. Yes, Rachel and we've known each other for quite a few years online. And in this year, we've really connected more closely. And we've connected around homeschooling and home education. And it's been a beautiful friendship that's blossomed from this. And I'm so happy to be collaborating with you, Rachel. So I'm Liezl. I live in the Netherlands, but I'm South African, as you probably hear from my accent. And I've been here 4 years now. It will be 4 years like in September. And let's say it wasn't always an easy journey. So yes, I have a husband, I have 2 kids, and I can now say we have found our way.
Cool. Okay, thanks, Liezl. So yeah, the changes that are coming. So formally, the content on this channel has all been about homeschooling, home education, and mine and my daughter's journey around that. And I've been really happy to share that with people who are thinking about homeschooling. You know, all the things that like the frequently asked questions and the things that people need to know when they're making that decision, and little bits about our journey and how it's actually worked for us as an unschooling family. However, my daughter is getting to the age now where she is kind of going her own way a little bit with her life. Like that's how I've brought her up to be free thinking, to make her own decisions, to have autonomy. And it doesn't feel so appropriate to be sharing as much of our journey as we had previously, you know, when she was much younger. So I've made the decision to switch this channel over to a new project that me and Liezl are working on collaboratively, that we both feel incredibly passionate about, and we believe that it can help homeschooling families in 2 ways. Okay, so the first way is that we're both very passionate about alternative, holistic ways of looking at health outside of the conventional system. Yeah. And we're very aware of all of the toxins and pollutants that are in our environment, not least of all in our water. Yeah. So we have invested in products that really help to promote the health of our family through ionized water that had chemicals taken out of it. And you talk about this, Liezl, because you're the one that knows about the water. Go on.
Yes, so absolutely. So our bodies are made up of like at least 70% of water. That's what they always tell us, right? But there's certain organs that have even more water. And this is such an important factor in a kind of a low tox living lifestyle, is to actually start looking at the basics of like, what are we really made up of? And the water is so important. And so ionized water that's filtered and that's alkaline has been the answer and the solution for myself. And this has got many benefits in the healing of our bodies. We will get into that into future videos, but let's just start with the fact that having ionized alkaline water in your home is a game changer. It gives you more energy, and it's really, really a game changer. And since we've had this installed in our house, I can see significant changes in my whole family, to the point where if I don't have my machine with me, I don't even want to drink water, which is kind of a bad thing. But yeah, so the machines are medical grade machines. So if you realize like how much it costs to have any medical equipment in your own home, like, you know, those are normally very pricey items, if you think in terms of that. But to have medical grade equipment in our house is a significant game changer for us. So about the water, it is like you can find this kind of water naturally in 4 places around the world. And the most common one that we're familiar with is Lourdes in France. So, you know, all the healing properties and things assigned to the water that people find in Lourdes in France, those are kind of the same healing properties that we get from our ionizer, medical grade ionizer. The science to that we will be sharing in the future on this channel, and in our Facebook group. And we'll be, you'll have all the information about like what makes this water truly significant.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the two products really, the two ionizing products that we talk about, aren't there? So there's the one for drinking water, and there's also the one that I've got, which is that you a filter attachment and remineralization system that you fit to your shower, because our skin is, what's the percentage? Is it 80? It's the largest organ of our body, isn't it? So things that are on our on our skin, so that's like creams and everything that we put on our skin is absorbed into our bloodstream, including the tap water that we shower in, which it has chlorine added to it. I don't know if you've ever turned on your taps and smelt that chlorine smell. But what chlorine is not good news. It's not good news for it being absorbed into our bodies. There are a lot of health issues associated with that we will talk about in later videos. But it's the eliminating of the chlorine and adding in the essential minerals that really makes this a great product too. So I just wanted to mention that as well. It's not just the drinking water, it's the water that we're actually showering in as well. That we need to be aware of all of these things as parents, I think, what's going into our kids' bodies. And yeah, so back to my original point, these are some of the changes that we're going to be making, and why we think this is so pertinent to the audience that we have on this channel, who are home educators or they're people who are thinking of taking their kids out of school, is what we've been talking about, like the health benefits for families. But also a massive question that is always asked when people are thinking of taking their kids out of school to home educate them is, how can I afford to do it? How can I work? How can I run a business? Or how can I work from home around homeschooling my children? So this is the best solution that we have found. Is that not right, Liezl? Because I think we've both tried quite a few online businesses, yeah? Because we can't go out to work. You can't go out to work if you've got kids. Liezl's got a partner, I'm a single parent, and your partner goes out to work, but it means that somebody's got to be at home with the kids, right? So yeah, as I say, I've tried several different things. This, in so many ways, it is just in alignment with, my values and the potential for it to, like we've got a 12-month plan, haven't we, Liezl, that we might talk about in a later video again. But like we're determined to go big with this, and the earning potential for this business is uncapped. Yeah, we can, and I've like tapped into a lot of online opportunities over the years, and there are a lot of claims about 6-figure incomes and doing all of this stuff. I've watched the people in Enagic for 2 years. Before I jumped in, I watched the people that were doing this business. This is a genuine offer. Like, I am a no BS kind of a person. I don't align with something that isn't in alignment with my values, as a parent, as a human being. I'm not about fluff and, quick rich schemes or anything like this. This is a genuine kind of thing, isn't it? Do you want to talk a bit about that, Liezl, and how you feel about it?
Yeah, so absolutely, like you say, Rachel, like I've tried so many things, and this business with Enagic is really the golden ticket, because I vision my life to be that I have ease and flow. Like, I know this sounds a bit like the fluff language, but I want to have like a business that will just run almost on autopilot, and that I can know that it's going to be still working and still doing well and still supporting me financially in 5 years time from now, in 10 years time from now, in 15 years time from now, because of my background and the way life is, and as a stay-at-home mom, and you don't have a pension, right? Like, I have to it was the most depressing news when my father-in-law said, like, oh, you have to get your paperwork in order so you can have the state pension, like if something ever happens to Alex, you know, my husband. And I was like, oh, you know, that is not the life I envision for myself. Like, I want to have my own setup. And up to the age like of 46, I'm 46 now, I have not built up a portfolio of investments yet, but this is going to change. And with Enagic is my vehicle to get to financial freedom. Like, I know this word is thrown around a lot, and even myself, I get like annoyed when I hear this word. But the truth of the matter is, money is related to everything. And with money, you have choice. And I want choice in my life. I want stability in my life, and I want like stress-free living. And I know that I'm going to get this by having a bank account that is sufficiently buffered that I don't have to be nervous every time I open my bank account, that I don't have to be worried when like a little unexpected expense comes up. You know, and in my true like end goal vision is like to even retire my husband from his job so that he can be with us at home. You know, this is like, we have quite conservative values. We're quite traditional. Like, when my husband first suggested to me to be a stay-at-home mom, like before we our first child was born, I'd never actually even imagined it in my life because I'd never experienced it. Like, my mom worked my whole life. I grew up with our nanny, you know. If you know, in South African culture, I hardly ever saw my parents, you know. And when we got to make the conscious choice as parents before we had our first child, my husband said to me, "Be like, you stay at home." And yes, it's been the best thing. And I don't want to change that. I never want to change it. I don't want to go out and find a job because costs are rising and we can't afford things. And I have to be a waitress at night or something like that, you know, because not having worked for 13 years, of course, like, which kind of normal office job would even accept me, kind of thing, you know? And this is why, this is why this business with Enagic is so amazing, because I get to have an income that no office job will ever pay me, no waitressing job will ever pay me. It's massive. Like I said, I'm going to replace my husband's nuclear engineering income with this business. You know, those are the levels and beyond. So yes, that's my reason.
Absolutely. And we've both done a bit of traveling, haven't we? We've been able to, so, you know, there's different types of freedoms that this affords. It's not just financial freedom, it's the location freedom. You can do this business anywhere that you've got a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. And the time freedom to be able to actually spend time with your kids. You know, you're not having to go out to work and all that involves. You can work it around, you know, your kids. I tend to work. You always get loads of like texts from me like really early in the morning, because that's when my daughter sleeps quite late, so that's when I have my time and my ideas, and I just kind of, you know, get 2-3 hours of work done first thing in the morning. But, you know, make it work for you and your family. You said about it, you wanted a business that still works in 5 to 10 years time. That's what I love about Enagic. It's a 50 years established company. And it's a proven business model. You know, they know how to sell. So it is pretty much automated. You're only finding people that are interested in buying the product. That's all you're doing as part of this business. And then the rest of it pretty much is done for you, isn't it? Because your job is only to find the leads, and you just do that by talking to people about how great you found the product. You know, it's a pretty simple and straightforward system.
Yes, it's basically you just share your love for the water, and like once you start drinking this water or showering in this water, you really develop a love for this water. It's amazing, and then it becomes so simple. You just want to share the water.
Yeah, absolutely. And so moving on to how all of this is going to affect the channel. We want to talk about all of the water. We want to like share, you know, various ways in which it's worked for us, to share more of the product with you, and also to share more about the business model with you. So going forward, that's what the channel is going to be about. We as a business, we are calling ourselves Legacy Freedom Builders. So that is going to be the new name of the channel, which is really exciting. You know, I love that name because it it encompasses everything that we're doing. We're creating a legacy in terms of the impact that we're going to make, you know, because it's about having passion and purpose for me as well, this business, as well as creating, you know, the things for my family. And legacy in terms of, you know, there's this patented 8-point compensation plan, isn't there, with Enagic? Yeah. And it means that your business is willable to your children. If anything happens to you, those payments still keep getting made. And I've never heard of that happening in any other business. Have you?
No, it's unheard of.
No, it's completely unique, and that's why they patented it. And also, when you reach a certain point in the business, you have a guaranteed for life income. Is it 5K a month? Is it still that amount?
Yes, at the entry level, it's $5,000 a month. That's like the first level, and then of course you build it up, and you can, there's I'm not going to name figures, but yeah.
So you know, as I said earlier, the potential for, you know, it's uncapped income. That doesn't mean it's like it's easy to get to that point. It doesn't, you know, there is work involved. You don't want to make it sound like some kind of, you know, fluffy get rich quick scheme. It isn't. You know, I've been in this business for a few months. Liezl's been in for a couple of years. We've really been putting our heads together, haven't we, the last few months, and coming up with a strategy. We have been tapping into all the available information and mentorship and strategy that is already in the Enagic company, because there are people that are doing big things. They're making big incomes with this, and they want to share their knowledge, right? So we have been, I think we've been quite wise. It's taken us a while to kind of, you know, pull it all together, but we are on fire at the moment, I feel. Yeah, we're really going places with this. We really want to, not just want, we've got the desire, but we've also got the vision and the intention. We are setting the intention for this to go big. So we want to take people with us. Yeah, we want to pull people who need this, other entrepreneurial mums and dads who, you know, who want to do this with us into our team. So we've got a Facebook community, which is called Legacy Freedom Builders. Well, I'll drop the links in the description. We'd love it if you'd come, you'd come over, have a look around. We've got loads of information on there about all the stuff that we're talking about, like the benefits of the water, loads of testimonials about how it's helped people to heal and improve their lives and their families' lives, and about the people that we're just talking about, you know, these people that are going so big. It makes me so excited by the time when I think about it. You know, these people that are doing this stuff within Enagic, you know, because of compliance, we can't actually talk about figures, and we can't actually make healing claims and all of that. We can talk about it in more depth though in our Facebook community. We can actually give you examples, real life people, and it's all in there. So come along and join us.
Absolutely.
And we're really looking forward to sharing more of this on this channel, which will henceforth be known as Legacy Freedom Builders.
Yes, come be a part of the movement.